All right, now the time has come. I have such admiration for her, and I want to introduce her here to present Benedict Cumberbatch with the Cinema Vanguard Award. She is nominated for Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay, and of course Best Picture, and 12 Academy Award nominations overall for this film, the most for any film this year. Her career is already legendary, and we're so happy she's back making films for the big screen too. Please welcome Jane Campion.
Just a fan question, first of all, Ben.
Yeah.
Is Sherlock Holmes a virgin?
No.
What happened?
Him and Irene Adler had a night. No.
Thanks, Ben. Okay. When two British actors, Timothy Congdon Cumberbatch and Wanda Venham, fell in love, they had the idea of breeding an actor wunderkind. They succeeded beyond all expectation, even genetically gifting their baby thespian a condition called sectorial heterochromia, which means his eyes are two colours. Very useful for different characters. With just a wink, he can change between blue and green. When Ben was still very little, his parents began working on his vocal cords, bringing his baby squeaks down into his chest, creating deep, resonant bellows. Little Cumberbatch first went to a school called, of course, Brambletie, finally making his theatrical debut, as Peter's mentioned, as Titania, Queen of the Fairies. His teacher, Martin Tyrrell, called him the best schoolboy actor he had ever worked with. On his gap year, Ben flew to Tibet to teach English to the monks. True fact, in exchange for levitation classes, which he finally put in good use in Doctor Strange. With the hit TV series, Sherlock Holmes, came the phenomenon of the 37,000-strong Cumberbatches. Their adoration is expressed as hyperbolically as it is earnestly. Some prefer to be called Cumber Bunnies. No. Or Ben Addicts. The appeal is highly visceral. From the first moment Ben speaks, they have to scream. But he also has the appeal of the revenge of the nerd and the sexiness you feel when gorgeous men talk about feminism. The Cumberbatch's Cumber Queen, Sokolov, philosophically muses that Sherlock will go away, but he will be astonishing on the level of Olivier and Maggie Smith. In the end, it's his talent they support and revere. They're right. Ben, you really did give me a lifetime high. Your Phil Burbank exposed the grief and tenderness in a terrible man, a difficult man I never knew could be seen. You're a beautiful human, a great deal of fun, and a fantastic monologuist. Probably part of the parental training. I salute your courage, humour, ambition, kindness, love of actors, and I treasure our friendship. You have fought with me, fought for me, listened to me, laughed with me. Ben, you're a magnificent friend. And I like your bitches. I like your bitches. Think it's very sexy when a man talks feminism, especially when he believes it. Ben, the role of Phil Burbank is monumentally difficult, and you pulled it off. You opened the heart of a tyrant and found his fragility. But this is, of course, what you were bred for. The acting challenges of the century. Every generation has their wunderkinds. First there was Olivier, then there was Daniel Day-Lewis. Now there's you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. This has to stop at some point. This is crazy. This is just all very, very crazy. Peter, thank you so much for that. Honestly, all that work, all that investment, and I feel awful that I picked you up on the Peter thing, because you really know your stuff, and you really know my stuff too, and I can't thank you enough for taking me on that journey through some awkward clips, but it's a journey, and I'm proud of all of it and all the stepping stones that have led to this moment where I get this from this. I mean, and those words, seriously, I hope someone's recording this, because I'd like to see that again. I mean, it's extraordinary. So Vanguard means at the front of something, doesn't it? The vanguard, avant-garde, I think is the word that it's kind of derived from. And you can't really be at the front of anything without a lot of people behind you. And whether it's the inspiration, some of whom Jane mentioned before then saying my name, or whether it's the entire body of people in every single artistic endeavor that you embark on as an actor that bring your work to any kind of level of recognition, you're never alone. I'm the spear on the end of a very long pole. I could go on with that metaphor, but then it might get a bit weird. But it's, I do seriously feel like I'm standing on the shoulders of many, many people, and this is an exception, so I have to thank a few of them. A few of you in this room tonight, a few hundred of you, people who've been on this ride with me since it began, who've just watched my work, who've become obsessed with what I might smell like, and those who are just, they don't necessarily want the repeat, they want the next, as Jane said. They just want to see what the next step in the journey is. And it is a journey, and it is, it's one I feel is in many ways just beginning. But I thank every single one of you that's paid a ticket, that's turned on the television, that's read a review and gone to a theatre and watched what I have to offer. And I want to keep rewarding you with much more work in the future. Varied work in the future, and just to keep trying to surpass myself and surprise you lot. I can't do this job without my wife Sophie, my best friend. She's the real pole, constantly pushing me. You shouldn't use that metaphor, sorry. But seriously, what you've given me as a friend, as a lover, as mother of our beautiful, beautiful boys, and as a partner in crime on this creative journey that we're both taking, you as a director and me as an actor, it's beyond words. And I can't thank you enough for being here tonight, as you are always at these moments to support me. I love you so, so much. Oh good, you love me still. Thank God. I thought you might have been throwing up into a bucket by now. It's just, she's not pregnant. I mean, just, you know, the overload of me. It's a bit much for me, let alone my partner, Christ. To my work wives, I have to mention them, especially Adam Ackland, who didn't get a mention at the Hollywood Walk of Fame and was very upset. He's my best friend, and I run Sunny March with him, and I adore him and every one of his dyed red hairs. He often goes blonde, and he's definitely ginger, but anyway. I love you, Adam, and what we're creating with that company, and Sophie's a part of one very particular project that's close to our hearts, Megan Hunter's brilliant book, The End We Start From, which is coming into life now, which is very exciting. And you know, it thrills me. It thrills me to be behind a camera, to augment a storyteller, to try and harness new talent and new voices that don't involve me, but are just about things that I want to see up there, promote up there, have the voices heard up there. It's a gift to be working with you. You're so passionate and brilliant, and supported by my brilliant team here, UTA, Tara and Billy, who have been with me as an actor on a long old journey. John Grant, even longer, who's not here tonight. Karen Maskell, my publicist, who I adore, who's been with me, I think since Hawking, a way back now, you know, who is just marvelous. And Heidi and Liz, who are recently joining the Cumber train. There's another, you know, inoffensive collective noun. Honestly, you people. And I'm going to forget someone else who's going to get across to me. My family. I mean, you have mentioned my parents. They have a lot to do with this, obviously. And they're coming over to, well, I'm going over to them, first of all, for the BAFTAs, and then they're coming over here for the Oscars, which is nice. I love you. I love the fact that they brought me into a world which was about inclusivity and diversity from the very get-go, and they showed me that it didn't matter what color your skin was, what your sexuality was, what your religious belief was. You form a tribe as storytellers. You bring art and people and stories to life, and differences and cultural differences and political differences are put aside, and you are one in that moment, and that's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And they taught me that this is great, but the thing that they have is the respect of their peers, and everyone wants to work with them again and loves them. And there was this weird oscillation where, beginning of my career, it was like, oh, you're Tim and Wanda's son, and then it became from mum and dad, oh, you're Benedict's mum and dad, and now again it's, oh, you're their son, because people have got to know them again through me, and they're far fucking cooler than me. So here's to you, mum and dad. Because this isn't the Oscars and there isn't a time meter over there, I'm going to keep talking for a bit. But feel free to leave, I won't be offended. Yeah. Look, if it doesn't happen, I can always meld this guy into a smaller little gold guy. No disrespect to the artists who crafted this, but it's possible. I need to thank my friends, really, the people that keep me grounded at home, my family as well, who I haven't mentioned, people like Emily Peacock, the amazing raft of people who I work with day in, day out, whether it's on sets or at home, who make life possible. They're assistants, they're people like Fenella Pod, they're people like my niece Emily, who I've just mentioned, and Lisa, and they are people like the countless people who are starting out in the industry. I'm working with one at the moment called Mary Beth Powers, who's fantastic, wonderful child of cinema, but somebody who's helping our lives whilst we're here for this brief moment. And They are the people who will be the next producers, the next directors, the next actors, the next people who create the work that they're servicing in their infancy in the industry. And that is part of the backbone of what makes this so great. It's generational. We pass it on. And on that note, I'm 45. I'm hoping I've got maybe another 40 years in me of acting at least. So, yeah, Rocket Man. I'm shooting off, but I'm going to keep going. The fuel is still high. Thank you very much, and good night.